What's up guys, I'm Cal, Red Zone Rogue, and welcome to the third episode of the Grimm Alice Showdown. In this weekly Force of Will series, I open up a booster pack, a single booster pack of every set from the Grimm Cluster and the Alice Cluster, and we will compare the best card in each of these packs to determine who is the winner of the Grimm Alice Showdown. Right now we have it tied up. Grimm Cluster 1 point, Alice Cluster 1 point. Who will overtake the lead and win the Grimm Alice Showdown? So for this episode, I think I'm going to start kind of backwards. So I'm going to do the Grimm Cluster first and then the Alice Cluster. However, this time I'm going to start with Millennia of Ages and work my way down to the Crimson Moon Fairy Tale. And then when we swap over to the Alice Cluster, we will be doing Battle for Atarakia first and then the Seven Kings of the Lands last. So yeah, let's kick it off with one of the most infamous Force of Will sets, the Millennia of Ages. Alright, so as always, I'm going to flip through these pretty quickly just for the sake of time. So we've got a lot of packs to get through. And then if we don't find anything good, we can go back and look through. So I think Wormhole so far, let's say Fetal Movement Outer World is the best card so far. So we have a foil Emissary of Another Dimension. It's a foil uncommon. It's alright. We have a rare fowtcg the Elvish Oracle. I think she's alright. She's no man, is Fetal Movement better? I don't know. I'm gonna set these aside. Oh, I actually like Bastet. I think Bastet's a pretty sweet card. It's an uncommon, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a Tarmogoyf if you're into Magic, but not quite as good. It gets a plus 100 for each card in your opponent's graveyard. So it can be pretty big, but it's not as good as Tarmogoyf is in Magic. And then we have the last uncommon, Lumia, the Saint Lady of World Rebirth. She has fantastic art. She's a 600 for 2, which is pretty good. And her ability's okay. You can banish her and gain life equal to the damage that was dealt to you this turn. So basically she can, like, you know, prevent all the damage that you took the turn. I don't know. I want to say fowtcg because it's cool and I like it, but in all honesty, Fetal Movement is probably the better card. It's either Fetal Movement or, oh, where is it? The Wormhole? Wormhole's pretty good. It costs 3 of any and 2 fire. That's a lot. But it says when this card enters your field, you can put a Resonator from your hand onto your field. It gains swiftness until end of turn. At end of turn, banish it. And you can pay 1 of any and X to put a Resonator with total cost X or less from your hand into your field against swiftness until end of turn. So it's kind of like a sneak attack type thing from Magic. Man, it's really hard to tell. Singularity. I don't even know what that means. Addition to field Singularity. I'm gonna say it's between one of these two. I'm gonna go with Wormhole because it's kind of cool. And if they ever print something that's like so destructive that you can just slam it in from your hand, then I think this card could be actually legit good. But until then, it's not. Fetal Movement's probably the safe pick, but I'm gonna say Wormhole just because it's cool. Yeah. Next up, we have the Moon Priestess Returns. Alright, so we got a Black Goat, good old Black Miasma, this card, and that card. We got a Jibjabble. Oh, super rare. Why is the super rare right here? Super rare Campanella, the Milky Way Moon. She's a pretty interesting card, and the art's like really realistic for Force of Will. She's a 200 for 2. Fairy Tale Fantasy. Let's get a little focus on here. When she enters, you can search your main deck for a moon card, put into your field, then shuffle your deck. A water moon card. But that's pretty cool. Like, you just search your deck for it and slam it right into the field. And this card gains plus 200 as long as you control a moon. And when a Resonator is put into your graveyard from your field, you may banish this card if you do put that Resonator from its owner's graveyard into his or her hand. Yeah, Campanella's pretty good, I guess. It's like the best card so far. We have Byakhee, the Winged Lady. It's an okay type Cthulhu card, but I like Campanella more. I think it has some cool, like, searching combo potential. Byakhee's just a meh Cthulhu. It does have Incarnation, so you can banish 2 dudes instead of paying its cost. And you can rest it to give a Resonator 900 and flying till end of turn. And if that Resonator is destroyed this turn, you have to banish the Byakhee as well. But yeah, I don't know. I like Campanella. We have a Magic Stone of Wind. We have a Hide the Chaos and the First Fly. Honestly, I think the First Fly is probably the most playable. But it's kind of like Wormhole situation. I don't think any of these cards is actually going to be the best card out of all of these. So this is kind of just a pick for posterity. I'm going to say Campanella. She's cool. She's interesting. She doesn't really see play, but I think if a really good moon was printed, it's kind of like Wormhole. If a really good moon was printed, it could see some play maybe. I know the First Lie is seen in like a combo deck in Wanderer, but it's not as good as the other card, whose name I can't remember, but in one of these two sets. Maybe we'll see it. And it was banned because, yeah, the combo was pretty broken. But, yeah, well, let's just go with Campanella. Even though this one is probably the better card. It's definitely the better card. Alright, so the first two packs, not very strong. Even if the choices had been different, none of the choices were actually very good. So let's see if the Castle of Heaven? Yeah, Castle of Heaven and Two Towers will be any better. Hopefully. Alright, so we're starting off with the Witch's Dagger, the Card Soldier Diamond, Destructive Flow, which looks really sweet. We have the Pure Spirit of Fantasy, Brainless Scarecrow, Death Sentence from the Queen, Oz's Magic. I'm not seeing any big hits yet. Sacred Scepter of Exorcism, Magic Stone of Flame. Okay, let's get a good hit. Oh, there we go. Stoning to Death, easy pick. Windmill Slam, Stoning Death, one of the best removal spells in the entire game. The most efficient removal spell next to Heteroclad Excalibur in Wanderer. Overall, just really, really solid. So, easy pick. Last up for the Grimm Cluster, we have the Crimson Moon's Fairy Tale. Last video, we got a Grimm, and he would easily be better than any of these cards so far, so maybe we'll get something as good. Probably not. Grimm was pretty sweet, but yeah, let's see what we got. Starting it off with the Emperor with new clothes. Yeah, look at all those new clothes he's got. Jewels on Dragon's Neck, Midnight Bell, which has awesome art. I think it looks sweet. Elvish Exorcist, Archer of the Crescent Moon. Man, I really like the Grimm Cluster cards. They're really sweet. Basket of Little Red, Blinded Prince. Oh, dude, that is a sick pull. Carmilla, Queen of Vampires. Look at that pack fresh Carmilla. This card was a house back in the day. It's one of my favorite vampires. I run a 3 of in my Wanderer Vampire. It's kind of a janky vampire deck, but it's still sweet. She's an 800 for 2 of any and 2 darkness. She is a super rare. She's an enter, destroy target non-vampire resonator. If your ruler is Alucard the Dark Noble or your J ruler is Dracula the Demonic One. Awesome J ruler from back in the day. And the resonator destroyed this way is human, put it onto the field under your control. It loses all races and becomes a vampire. So yeah, basically you blow up a non-vampire, and if it just happens to be a human and you just happen to have Dracula, then you get it back. But Carmilla, easily the best pick in this pack. One of my favorite cards. We have Magic Stone of Light, and then we have just a regular rare Commander of Wolves. It's kind of a cool werewolf-themed card, but Carmilla is legit sweet. Alright, so the first pack for the Alice Cluster today is the Battle for Ataraxia. And I'll be honest, the showing from the Grimm Cluster, not the best showing. I mean, Stoning to Death is actually a legit card that is played a lot in Wanderer. And I just personally love Carmilla. I think she's a fantastic card. One of the best, enter, blow up a dude type effects, at least back in ye old Grimm Cluster days. But yeah, Battle for Ataraxia. Let's see if the Alice Cluster can pull this around. Alright, so we're starting it off with a Death Trap. We have a Down the Drain. I actually run this in some sideboards in Wanderer, so I'm going to set that aside as the potential best card in the pack. Escort of the Fairy Queen. I mean, it'll only be the best card if this pack is a complete dud pack. And honestly, it's not looking great so far. Alright, no. Lapis' Darkstorm is a good card. It's just a chant for 2 darkness, and your opponent discards a card at random and then discards another card. Pretty sweet. We have a Midsummer's Night's King Oberon, which is, he's an okay rare. We have a Wind Magic Stone, and then oh, dude! Fucking full art. Full art J Ruler Arla, Guardian of the Skies. Sorry, Lapis' Darkstorm. Fucking Arla gets it in, man. It's a sweet combo deck. You might have seen my video on it, the Grubalesta's Secret Technique 1-turn kill strategy. And yeah, you basically need Arla for that. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Arla as the winner for the Battle for Ataraxia pack. Pretty easy pick, in my opinion. Next up, we have the Moonlit Savior. Alrighty, so we got the Lunar Ibis. Ibis? I don't know how to pronounce that bird name. Spirit of Serto, Silencing Bell, Musician of Shangri-La, Ambush! I love how it's got the exclamation mark on it. We have Mordred the Traitor, Heart Stirring Sage. This pack's not looking great. Our rare is Shion's Hymn, Water Magic Stone. Okay, we got a full art Disaster's Memoria. This is the Allosaurus Magic Stone. Oh man, so Shion's Hymn, Put a Resonator on top of its owner's main deck, blah, blah, blah. None of these other cards are that great, in all honesty. And none of them really see play. I'm going to go with this one. Just because it has some pretty cool applications. You can rest it to remove the top card of your main deck from the game. And that could be kind of cool with the new Yggdrasil. Also the Ascended Allosaurus does see some play here and there. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Disaster's Memorial. Also, it's full art and it looks cool, and it sees play. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty easy pick. Next up, we have the Twilight Wanderer. And we got this little fairy and this good old mass-produced giant landmine. Dark Alice is familiar. It's okay. We got Fruit Basket. Got this Dormouse. Got the Overlord's Invasion Party. Flame Dragon Commandant, which has pretty sweet art, but it's not too great of a card. Our rare is Dark Wizard, the Dying Shadow. Okay, let's see if we can get something better. A Light Magic Stone and a foil Dark Alice's Warrior. Alright, so this pack was not good at all. Alright, so let's see what we can get. What was this one again? This one see use? No, not really. Okay, crap. I mean, what does Rezard do? It's got Stealth. If you control 3 or more Shadow Resonators, you can play it, and when this card enters your field from your standby owner, you may banish another Resonator. If you do, your opponent discards a card and banishes a Resonator. I mean, okay. I don't think any of these other ones are that great. Maybe this one for like a fairy deck, but it's just a 500 flying for 2. That's not too bad. Mass-produced giant landmine has a sweet name. Just gonna go with Rezard. He's kind of cool. Maybe playing like a stealth deck or something. This pack was pretty poopy, but I guess Rezard or the fruit, because people try to make a fruit basket deck. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going with the fruit. Yeah, let's do it. Fruit basket. Alright, so the final pack for today is the 7 Kings of the Lands. As you can see, the power level here isn't so great. We do have some pretty good pulls. But other than that, not super great. Maybe this pack will turn it around. You know, in all honesty, 7 Kings of the Lands has a pretty good chance of having a like powerful Regalia in it. So we're just gonna flip through and see if we get something like that. And if we don't, then no big deal. The Protective Barrier is actually used in this deck. So, I mean, it's probably the best card. So, actually, I like this card. I like Invigoration of the Wing Lord. It's a 3-cost chant, 1 of any, 2 light. And it says, Resonators you control gain flying until end of turn. At end of this turn, recover all Resonators you control. Or like the top 4 cards of your main deck, you may put a light Resonator with total cost 4 or less among them into your field and put the rest on the modern main deck. I think it's a cool card. So that's easily the Forerunner. We also have a foil Clockwork Scout Plane, and then alright, Melgus, one charmed by Demon Sword. Here's his other side. I don't like this Melgus art as much as the one that came in like the dual deck. Oh man. I mean, Melgus is an okay J ruler, but his Leviathan or Levitine is banned, so you can't really play him. So I'm gonna say no to Melgus, and I'm just gonna say the Invigoration of the Wing Lord for this one. Alright, so these are the cards we have right now. I mean, obviously I'll remove the joke ones, specifically that one, and some of the more obvious ones. And I think we're left with these 4. And out of these 4, which one do I think is the best? I mean, I love Carmilla. I think she's a awesome card. One of my favorites of all time. But if I'm gonna be true to myself, if I'm gonna be honest, one of these is better. Same with this. One of these 2 is better, so we're gonna cut these 2. Alright, so which one of these is the better card overall? Man, I don't know. This is hard to pick. Stoning to Death is one of the best removal spells in the game. I think Heteroclite Excalibur maybe edges it out a little bit if burn is not a prevalent strategy. And we have Arla, who's his own awesome combo deck. This is a really hard pick. You could probably pick either one. I think the safe pick is Stoning to Death. I think this is the one that more people would pick. It's probably like, you know, it's a good card. It's just a good card. You put it in your decks. It's a removal spell. But I think there's like replacements for this. Like I said, Heteroclite Excalibur, you can find replacements for it. Or replacements for this. But Arla is like a very unique combo deck, and this isn't that unique of an ability. It's just a 2-cost, you know, destroy target Resonator. That's pretty good. but I'm going to go with Arla. I've convinced myself that I'm going to go with Arla. It's an awesome combo deck. It's a hilarious combo deck, just killing your opponent with a Magic Stone. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Arla, Guardian of the Skies, and I think the full art gives it a little bit of an edge. So, yeah, Arla is the winner for this week. And that makes 2 points for Alice Cluster. Alice Cluster now takes the lead over Grimm Cluster, 2-1. What will happen next week? Will Grimm Cluster tie it up, or will Alice maintain its lead? Let me know what you guys thought of the video. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good shit. Every little bit helps. I would not blame you if you would have chosen the Stoning to Death. I think it was really close. I almost chose it. It was very, very, very close, but I just really like the Arla deck, and it kind of persuaded me to go over and pick the Arla deck. And regardless of what you do, thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Have a good one all, and I will see you later.